This episode is powered by NHL Sense Arena. Hello, hockey friends and families around the world, and welcome back to another edition of Our Girls Play Hockey. It's Lee Elias with Mike Benelli and the guest of honor with this type of episode today, once again, Hayley Scamurra. This episode is a fun one. We have no rundown, no script today, nothing that I'm going to read because it's kind of a supplemental day in the life that we wanted to do because Hayley was just in Las Vegas. We're recording this on July 21st. She's fresh back from She Weekend in Vegas, which was brought to you by Flav and several other people, Paris Hilton. A lot of people gotten involved in this, and we wanted to document it because let's just be honest, Hayley, it looked like a lot of fun. I think we're going to have a lot of fun discussing it, and I know our audience wants to know the deep details, which is basically just going to be what happened from day to day. So welcome home. Welcome back. Let's just start. How was She Weekend overall?
Thank you. She Weekend was absolutely incredible. I think it exceeded just any and all expectations we might have had for the weekend. I mean, I can't say enough about Flav and like all the sponsors that helped out, like the hotel, the gifting that we got. There was just so many, and there were so many small details about the weekend that they thought of. Like, so not for us, we flew from New York City right to Vegas, but there were some people who flew to Salt Lake City first to meet and like have like a little celebration like event to get onto the plane all together to go to Vegas. And it was a full female flight crew, like all female pilots and stuff. So it was just like little things like that just really showed like how much they actually cared and like were putting in the work to have it be about women and to celebrate women. So it was unbelievable.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I mean it's funny too. Like you're just being just signed with Vegas, and I hope you were able to expense it out as a way to get out there early for the trip. But it's fun that it just happened to be in the same place, so you got to get to know anyway, right? So getting those flight pass in and figuring out, okay, wow, New York to Vegas. Let's figure out the best route and the best hotel lounges and go from there. But it sounded like a great weekend. It looked like a great weekend from what I can see. I wasn't invited, but
No.
No. So the way we're going to do this today, gang, is we're going to kind of go day by day with She Weekend first. Then we're going to talk about the ESPYs, and I'm going to say it, the absolute snub from ESPN to most hockey people. I will say USA Hockey, both men's, women's, and athletes have been incredibly gracious with ESPN because it is, as Hayley will say, an honor to be nominated. But I will give you my true thoughts if anybody cares about that later on. But let's start with the fun stuff, Hayley. You get there. It's just like from an Instagram standpoint, it looked like a party the entire time. When did you enter into, we'll say, She Weekend? What was the first introduction or the you're here part of it that you remember?
So our crew got in at like 2 p.m. on Thursday. So we were there a little earlier than the rest of the group. So luckily I was able to nap. I needed a recovery after the ESPYs. And then it kind of started off right away. We had interviews downstairs with all these different news outlets in Vegas and, magazines and websites, whatever. And so just all these cameras on, lights on. I was like, I just got up from my nap. Like, this is a little like crazy. And that was really great because I got interviewed just about the weekend itself, but also about PWHL Las Vegas. Like everyone was so excited for the team to be there. Funny enough, our hotel was at Park MGM and right across the street is T-Mobile Arena, which is where we'll be playing our games. So that was a pretty surreal moment. I was like, oh my gosh, I will literally be living here and playing games here. Like, this is insane. Started off with interviews right away. Then we were taken to like a back lounge area because we were going to meet the girls on the bus as they arrived to walk through the hotel together because they had like people with signs and like excited to celebrate us and cheer us on and everything. So we walked through the whole hotel and it was just lined up with people like just screaming and just so excited. And then after that, they had a complimentary drinks and things in this lounge area and we got to just kind of meet other athletes. So it's all winter, like it was female winter Olympian like medals and Paralympian medalists. And then the bobsled teams were there. So there was a few guys and like some figure skater guys, but other than that, it was all women. And just got to meet more people, which was really fun. And especially because like a lot of the snow athletes, like we didn't really get to meet because their village was so far away. So meeting a lot of them was really cool. And just sharing stories, sharing experiences. And it was amazing. And so from there, then it was the parade time. So they had two like double-decker buses next to each other, all labeled with She Weekend. And so we got on those, and Flava Flav came on every bus and hugged every single athlete and said hi and introduced himself and everything, which was incredible. And then we went through the city of Vegas real quick, like a really quick, like not even a block, I would say, to get, because the main event after the parade was going to be at T-Mobile, so it was a literal rectangle. And yeah, we went through the streets, and it was really cool. People lining up in the streets, on the bridges, like the little overpass you have to do to cross the streets there in Vegas. And yeah, everyone was so excited. And then there was a main stage where everyone was waiting for us to celebrate. And so that was really cool. And we got to like walk the carpet, which we didn't realize how official this carpet was going to be. So I'm wearing like Lululemon shorts and like a tank top with my fanny pack on. And all of a sudden we see all these cameras, and all of us girls are like, we did not dress appropriately for this. Like I do not need red carpet photos looking like this, but we have them. Not great. So yeah, so we get there, and then we waited backstage, and like the mayor of Las Vegas was there, and he had like a speech for us, and he had individual keys to Las Vegas for all of us in like
That's
these
awesome.
nice little containers. So that was really cool. And then Flava Flav performed as Public Enemy with that guy on stage, and yeah, that was
I
pretty
mean,
much the day.
look, a few notes. One is, Haley, I know you're still getting used to this, but when you win a gold medal, you can do whatever you want on the red carpet. Okay, you don't need to be in a gown or anything like that.
Yeah.
I think what's really cool in what you're saying is, again, the parade and the people. All right. Keeping in mind too that, I think it's easy for people to forget that when you win a gold medal as a team, or even as an individual, there's no like Stanley Cup championship, Walter Cup championship parade, because essentially you spread out after that. You might get invited to like Washington, you might get invited to Colorado to USA Hockey or something like that, but there's no parade. So I think that's number one, fantastic, right? Number two, I love that people are there and they're supporting hockey. I mean, that just builds hockey in Vegas. Again, almost kind of an additional perk for you specifically.
Yes.
In the sense that, like you said, you're going to be there. You're going to be playing at T-Mobile Arena, which is, people are saying, oh, that's an NHL arena. And I go, no, it's an NHL and PWHL arena. You don't have to separate them. It's just a hockey arena at this point. One of the cool things that came up, I saw Flav get interviewed, and the question was, why the hell do you care so much? Right? And he just gave the most organic answer, almost the answer you'd want to hear. He goes, look, I have daughters, and I've seen the disappointment on their face when things don't go the way they should go, or there's no recognition, or they're left behind. I think that there was a small amount of people, and I'm actually saying that as a positive, because I think years ago that would have been different, to think, oh, this is a gimmicky thing. And I don't think it was gimmicky at all. I think the word that came to my mind was overdue, right? Like, this is something that should be happening, honestly, for all Olympic athletes, but especially women athletes that have represented the country so well. So I wonder if you could talk to that a little bit about, being an athlete, a female athlete in sports. We've had conversations on this show about the progression of not just women's hockey, but women's sports. It feels like this is like another step up of sorts, right? Of not where we're going, where we are.
Yeah, I mean, it's been years of not really having that, the recognition of the success or any sort of celebration for the different successes we've had. And like, we've worked just as hard, if not harder than the men, on less money than them too, for lots of years.
A lot less money. Yeah.
A lot less
money. Less money. Yeah.
Yeah. And, we've done it for the next generation, and we, have built this foundation, and like to see it like grow so much and gain all this recognition and all this like celebration of our success is huge. But then it's like, wow, what's it going to be like in the next 10 years?
Right.
And so that part's really exciting to see. And it's really, it's been incredible to kind of like, to have all of this. Like, it's honestly just so surreal. Like, I still can't believe it sometimes that we're doing all these different things and meeting all these different people and having all these celebrations like this. And it's stuff that came second nature to the men. They don't think twice about it when they get things like this. But for us, it truly means a lot, and we're very grateful for it. But again, we want it to be second nature for women. Like, we don't want it to be such a big deal in that sense. Like, at some point, it's got to just be like, yeah, of course we had a parade. Like,
that's what you do, right? That's what you do.
Obviously, people were there to celebrate us. So it's just, we're getting there, obviously, but it's exciting to see and exciting to be a part of.
Yeah, I mean, just coming from a point of view, like, and again, it's probably a negative, but I didn't know a lot about this, and I didn't really.
Mhm.
I don't have daughters. I'm not involved in the women's game, like deep in, like Lee's talk. When Lee talks to his national team, these are women, right? And
Mhm.
you're in the women's game. For somebody like me who's coming on the outside, I see it happening. I'm
Mhm.
obviously like, oh, that's cool. Like, this is a great event. Or can you talk a little bit about, like, how did this come about? Not the why, but like who said, okay, let's put this thing together, and then how are we putting it together that it's benefiting women's sports.
I mean, Flava Flav set everything up. He did everything. He's the one who kind of like sent out the tweets and made it public. He's the one who reached out, but then, sponsors reached out to him in
Yeah.
turn
Right. Well,
and
you have a
wanted to
name
be a
like
part
that,
of
right? You
it.
want to attach yourself to him. I mean, and is
Yeah.
that like Lee was saying? Was it really like is I used to have this conversation all the time when I was with the Whale, right? That everybody would ask me for free tickets. I'm like, well, if you really want to promote women's hockey, buy the tickets. It's the same
Exactly.
idea, right? If you want to say you're promoting women's hockey and female sports, then
Mhm.
and it sounds like he put his money where his mouth is.
Yes, truly. Because he also supports the women's water polo team
Mhm.
and the
He's the
women's
sponsor. Yeah.
bobsled team. Yep, because a lot of Olympic athletes have to pay their own way for a lot of things. So actually,
Yeah.
USA Hockey and you know we actually get travel paid for, equipment, like different things like that. Where like these other athletes, they're doing it all on their own dime.
Right.
So they bank on sponsors, and they also don't get as many sponsors in those sports unless it's an Olympic year potentially.
Right.
Um, and so he stepped in and financially supported them and still does. And then does things like this where and then he goes to games. Like he's there physically as well. He's not just like sitting on his couch at home watching on his TV. Like he is out in the public,
Yeah.
going to
It's
games,
his
supporting.
publicist isn't the one tweeting. He's doing it.
Yes,
Like, he's
yes.
actually very involved. Yeah, that's
He
unbelievable.
is very involved. So yeah, just so incredible of him. And then obviously he has a team behind him as well that he credited a lot to as well, that did a lot of work behind the scenes to make this happen. Like there was different, contacts we could reach out to whenever we needed it. Hey, this flight, hey, this train, hey, like we need the help with this, all these different things that we could talk to, and they were on it like that. It was unbelievable.
There are times I wish we could go back to 1992 and be like, the leading proponent of women's sports is going to be Flava Flav of Public Enemy and Snoop Dogg, big
Yeah.
Olympic correspondent, by the way, in 26. It just shows you never know who or what is going to do.
I gotta update my playlist, I think.
Yeah,
Yes.
in a minute, right? If there's any kids listening, you should not go listen to Public Enemy unless you're over the age of 16 or something like that.
Right.
I do want to say this too, on this note, that I want to also shout out, like, Flava Flav did obviously an unbelievable job creating this. I think the other thing that was pretty amazing, Hayley, was he put kind of an open call out of who's going to join me, which is, I'm going to say, a little bit of a gutsy thing to do, right? Because you don't know what's going to happen when you do that.
Yeah.
And it's like Paris Hilton jumped right in. I saw the gift giving suite. Like everyone wanted to be a part of this. And I do want to say this too. You deserve this. All of you did. This was also born out of, well, I don't want to get into it too much, but a bit of a slight that happened. And Flav said, no, that's not going to happen, right? And,
Yeah.
and I actually give him a lot of credit for flipping the script on this. We're not even talking about the slight. We're talking about She Weekend right now, right?
Yeah.
But who else, because I don't want to miss anybody that you remember at least, who else got involved, right, besides Paris? I mean, you guys were at the Sphere. You guys were you at the Backstreet Boys concert? Did you get to go to that? I mean, I'm watching, Haley, we live vicariously through you.
Yeah.
So I'm going through your Instagram. Most of my friends are with their dogs that weekend. You're like next to the Backstreet Boys at the Sphere, just hanging out.
Yeah.
No big deal. What was that like?
It was crazy. So honestly, I can kind of go over Friday. So Friday, it started off with like the gifting lounge. They had it set up for like a certain time frame. And that was incredible because you walk into this room and the walls are just filled with things. And I'm like, wait, I can just go in and grab these things. They go, yeah, your bags are outside. You fill it up, get one of everything. And I'm like, wait, even this? Like what? So like it was JBL headphones with the She Weekend logo on them. It was a JBL speaker. It was Nulo, which is like a pet food company, a fanny pack for your dog or your cat. There was a Fitbit. There was air tags. There was jewelry. We got like, you could pick between a diamond bracelet, a necklace, and a and something. It was, I forget what the other thing was. Earrings. There it was. Like there was just so many things. There was all this like skincare. There was makeup. There was anything you could think of that you would need was in this room that you could grab. The Vegas Raiders clothes. There was, which I felt a little guilty. I did take one hoodie. I don't think it'll even fit me though, for the Buffalo Bills.
It was
I
for
love the
someone
Bills.
else. You got it for somebody else.
Yeah,
That's
for
what you
someone
tried.
else. I'll give it to someone else.
Yeah, I won't let you do that to yourself.
Yeah. So yeah, like we just got all of these things, and those are just like the ones that come top of mind. In our hotel rooms, Dove was a big sponsor, so they gave us like shark hair stuff, which is like the blow jar that can also straighten your hair or curl your hair or brush your hair as you're drying it. So that was really nice. A lot of like soaps and scrubs and just all these different things were in our room as soon as we got there. So yeah, thank goodness I brought an extra bag because I filled it completely with just the gifts that we got. So yeah, that was really a really cool experience for sure.
I should note on gifting suites real quick, just because I've been in them before. Every NHL All-Star game has these.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, every
So
NHL
see,
All-Star.
I didn't know this.
No, I'm letting you know right now because I've been in them, and the All-Stars just come in like you can literally take whatever you want. Most of these brands are just trying to get in front of these guys, but I'm saying that not to make you jealous, but we're going the right direction, right?
Exactly.
Every All-Star game has a gifting suite, every single one.
There was also Squishmallows. Forgot about those.
Can't
those
forget
lined
the
at the top.
Squishmallow.
Can't forget the Squishmallows.
So. A lot of our audience is going to know what that is.
Yes.
All right, let's talk about the Sphere too.
Oh my gosh.
Just go ahead.
So yeah, that was our evening. So for Friday and Saturday, you had the option to pick an event to go to. So you could either do Cirque du Soleil, Blue Man Group, or a concert. So Friday night's concert was Backstreet Boys. So I'm pretty sure almost every athlete picked Backstreet Boys at the Sphere.
Right.
What I didn't get the memo on was wearing all white. And I also was like, you know what? Maybe the athletes won't even know that. Like, I'm sure everyone's just going to wear whatever. So I'm wearing jeans and a black shirt. Nope. Everyone knew. I'm like the only one in no white.
Right.
So sadly, I was not prepared in that sense. But
well, you're going to stick out in the photos now. That's the good news.
Oh, I do. I do. I have seen the photos. Yeah. But yeah, it was unbelievable. The Sphere is sick. Like we're driving by and you can see the outside of it and it's like changing graphics the whole time. Like at one point it was a beach ball rolling and then it's like an emoji and then it's all these different things. And then obviously for Backstreet Boys, it was like their stuff. And so we did a meet and greet with the Backstreet Boys. So they must have obviously been okay with this. So they were really great. I mean, there was 30 of us in this room that they came in and chatted with and took time out of their, before their big concert to talk with us and take a picture and everything. And it was really cool. And they were kind of just telling us like how it's such a different experience at the Sphere. Like they prepare for months and months, like 9 months, I think they said, to just plan their performance for the Sphere and like what graphics they're going to use and like all that stuff. Because it's obviously different than any other venue you would go to. And so inside, it's just like all digital inside on the screen. And like things are kind of coming at you or things are like going out and like opening up. Like it was like at the beginning, it was like a rocket ship and the top was opening up into like the sky with the stars. And then they come down in the stage. And then, oh my gosh, it was the coolest experience. The concert went by so fast because it was just so much fun. You're just looking everywhere. There's things coming out of the wall on this side and like they're performing up there and dancing and like, I don't know. It was a very, very cool experience. And they also did a shout out for us on stage. I don't know if you guys had seen that. And it was so nice. Like
I did see that.
Kevin came out with the American flag and
backwards.
And they were like, we have.
He had it.
Yeah.
I'll say it. It was forwards to him. That's what I'll say.
Yes.
Right?
And then AJ was like gave us a shout out to like the whole arena, which was just such a nice touch. Like none of us expected that either. And I thought that was a really classy move. So I really appreciated that.
I got to tell you, you just got me very excited because again, not to make the show personal or anything like that, but I'm going to see Metallica at the Sphere this October with my children. who are very, very, very excited about that.
And you've never been there?
Never been there. It does sound like you're more dressed for that concert based on what you said with the black T-shirt and jeans.
Yeah.
Never been there. And I've joked that that's going to actually ruin Metallica for my kids because that's going to be their first Metallica concert. And like next time we go, we'll be like outside, like, well, where's all the Sphere stuff? I'm like, no, they just do the music now. But I'm really excited about that, Hayley. I'm not.
That is going to be so cool.
Yeah. Sorry,
You're
audience.
going to love it. Yeah.
sorry for letting me divert there. Day in the life. Mike
that
and
was very important.
Yeah. No, we're gonna be doing that. But look, just amazing stuff.
Mhm.
Hayley, I wrote this question down, and I'm just gonna ask it the way I wrote it because knowing you, I think I'm gonna get a funny answer. Do you realize yet you're a celebrity? Do you have any clue, any grounding of that yet?
No.
Yeah, like because like you are a celebrity now in the athletic world, like because I'm just gonna go through the checklist of celebrity things. Like you won a major award, you won a major award, you won a major award. This can keep going on that one. You got gifting suites. The Backstreet Boys are calling you out on stage, right? Major musical artists are supporting you and your team. You headline a podcast, a very popular podcast. That also has awards. I'm just going to say that too. You're a celebrity. And I think the reason I'm bringing this up is because you're so humble, right? I want to show that to our audience listening, that in spite of all of this, you're still you. Like none of this changed you. And again, a lot of people have known you throughout your life. We've known you kind of at the start to now in terms of like we'll just say the hockey stick chart going up. I think that's fair to say, right? You've been the same humble, wonderful person every single day. And I think that's the coolest thing. And one of the big messages of this is that none of this stuff's changing you. You're a good person. And I think that's why this stuff's coming at you. Right.
Well, yeah. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I try to, keep grounded and remember all of that. And it's been fun to have all these experiences. So
yeah.
thanks.
Well, and again, it's been fun to have a way for us to interview you about it.
Yeah.
Before we move on, is there anything else from She Weekend you want to recap or talk about? Because I mean, just the stuff you said is pretty amazing. It was only 2.5 days, really, right?
Basically, yeah. Well, then Saturday was actually, I forgot about this. On Friday night, there was was that Thursday? It was Thursday night. They had like a little blackjack tournament that you could play. Like they gave you like $1,500 of like money. And then like the top 3 people, whoever won the most money. And like you had like a 10-minute round where you could play baccarat, blackjack, and roulette. And then whoever won the most money, the top 3 got like a certain amount of money of free play. So that was a really cool little addition there. We are in Vegas. It made very much sense. And then on Saturday, we went to the Ed Sheeran concert. Yeah. And we were supposed to do a meet and greet there, but we showed up a little late. We didn't get the bag memo and clear bags for Allegiant Stadium. So that was a bummer. No. But his concert was incredible. He was unbelievable.
This sounds incredible.
Yeah.
I got to ask this now. This was the first She Weekend. Has there been any talks of like this needs to be every 4 years, every year? How anything like that?
I was hearing rumors it could be an annual event. I don't know. But what the invite list would look like from year to year, I don't know. But very excited we got to be a part of the first She Weekend. It was unbelievable. Highly recommend. Hope they do it annually.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Was Hayley, was the whole did you have a really good as far as the attendance go from the team? Did everybody able to make it?
We had about 14 girls show. So pretty good. Some girls had conflicts, some girls were just stressed and busy and just couldn't make it work. And but 14. So that's pretty good. Yeah. I was not missing that weekend for anything. No.
You deserve it. Like, another thing about you, Hayley, that I love, and I'm actually going to bring this up it as a positive. You're not afraid to enjoy, I don't want to say the victor go the spoils kind of thing.
Yeah.
But you're not afraid to enjoy it. I think that when I was younger, I had a hard time with that. But as I evolved as a person, I understood that it's okay to enjoy these things. Like, not just that, like, hey, we earned it, but you should enjoy your victories while you can, because moments don't last forever, right? Like, again, Olympic gold medals are a little different. You have a four-year window to kind of celebrate that. But look, we could say about the Walter Cup, like, not that that's over, but like the season's right around the corner, right? And you're on a different team. Like these things don't last forever, so you got to embrace these moments.
Yeah, I think, you kind of realize that, especially, with the Walter Cup a week and a half later, I'm on a different team. Like, it goes by so fast. And
Right.
so, and as I've gotten older, I've gotten better at that too, and like enjoying celebrating the victories, because like you do realize like how rare it is. You don't know if it'll be the
Yeah.
last one, and like, and sometimes I'd be nervous to like not train. Like I can't not train. Oh my gosh. It's
Right.
like, okay, you are fine. You are in shape. You're missing 2 days. Like you will
Right.
be okay. Like if
Yeah,
that. So
I guess that's really my question too. Is like from a dinosaur's perspective, like back in the day, like you people win. I mean, I think lately, and we saw it. We've seen it. Like we're right in the cusp of the World Cup and of with soccer or football, whatever. And it's like you're seeing the personalities of the athletes. Maybe just because it's just because we have Instagram and TikTok,
mhm.
like you didn't get to see those. I think that for me, like the first time I really saw that was like Alex Ovechkin,
Mm,
winning the cup and swimming in the fountain and
Yeah.
like that. But
Yeah.
before that, a lot of that stuff was always hidden. You maybe
that's
talk
true.
about like as a professional athlete, like where do you think that pendulum is now swinging? Like you just said it. Like a lot of fans be like, oh, Haley's not. She's not even preparing for the season, and she's But and the fact is like all these guys are on boats and they're hanging out at
Yeah.
Cabo and they're enjoying themselves. Like there is an enjoyment factor that has to be had, but there's
Mhm,
also the perspective of, listen, I'm doing the work, but at the
mhm.
same time, I'm allowed to be somebody who enjoys the fact that we have victories here.
For sure. I think, I haven't heard any of that. So, like, I don't think that's really happening. But I think actually what women have to face a lot is the whole, oh, you're a role model. How could you do that? And it's like, I'm an adult woman. I can literally drink if I want to drink. Like,
Right.
I assure you, there's like plenty of male athletes out there drinking and smoking cigars, and you're not saying, hey, you're a role model. Like, that's not my job. I'm not, my professional job is not role model. I'm an athlete. I can do what I want. So I think that's like the biggest misconception that happens a lot. Again, haven't heard that in recent times, but that has happened a lot in our careers. And I think that's something that is a double standard that's a little ridiculous.
Big
But
time. Yeah. I remember male sports had that back in the 90s. Was it Charles Barkley who said, I'm not your role model? I remember there was a huge moment when an
mm,
NBA star he came out. He's like, look, I'm not your role model.
mm,
Right. And it was talked about. Right. And
yeah,
now 30 years later, we're having a similar discussion.
that's so
But,
funny.
but it's
Yeah.
true. You have every right to be an adult and to enjoy
Hmm.
those things. And look, while being a professional athlete or celebrity comes with more cameras and more eyes
Hmm.
on you. And
Hmm.
I do think that there's I don't know if responsibility is the right word. There's an awareness of that. You got to live your life. And
Hmm.
like I said, I think it's okay to celebrate. As a coach now, when I see my team win or we go through big victory situations, I've learned how to enjoy those moments, primarily in watching my team celebrate and kind of just enjoying that. But
Hmm.
it's okay for me to have a minute after the game and have a beverage and I'm not
Yeah.
crazy, right? Like things like
Yeah.
that.
I
Mike,
think
I did write
I think
down
it's
since you,
generational though too, because
yeah,
like for me, like that's accepting now. Like you're accepting it
Hmm.
because like it's almost like that when you have a conversation with your kids about like, oh, everything's online and your employer is going to see this and everybody's going to be able to see your history of who you were. And I'm like, well, yeah, but they're all doing it too. Like it's just the world. You have to
well, it's a double
manage the
standard.
world
Yeah,
you're in. And it's just like, for somebody like me who's like, oh my God, like that's going to be with the rest of the life. And be like, yeah, well, who cares? Nobody cares.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this too, Mike. There's so much judgment. Like, not to be the real life Ted Lasso again. There's
Hmm.
too much judgment, not enough curiosity out there, right? It's so
Hmm.
easy to look at you, Haley, be like, well, okay, you win a gold medal, you get. Yeah, no. The way I look at it is like, I'm so happy for all of you
Yeah.
that you're getting not just recognized but celebrated. That's the other
Hmm.
side of it. I think
Hmm.
Well,
recognition's been there for a minute. The celebration's the other side of it.
Yeah.
Mike, real quick, just because you called yourself a dinosaur, I'm going to refer to you as Benelosaurus the rest of the show,
that's
if
okay.
that's okay with you. Okay,
I think
it's kind of like
my kids
Brontosaurus.
refer to me that way anyway. But I think it's like I think, but again, it's just a mindset of being in a place where like a 19, 20, 26 year old doesn't see things the same way, and like I think that's where that generational piece is like looking, going, huh? Like they're not. Are they really serious about what they're doing? And everybody else like this is. I'm seeing it because I was in Norway for 3 weeks, right, watching this Holland kid, kind of turn into this superstar person in the U.S. And everybody knew who he was, but all of a sudden he's like, I don't give a crap what other people think of me. I'm being me. And I think athletes are allowed to be that more and more and more. And the fact that they're having success is even a greater accomplishment. It's like, not only am I having fun, I'm having a lot of success. And the reason, and I can have that back and forth. And the world we're living in is take, the windows of celebrityism, right, is small. And so take advantage of it when you can, and then build on it. That's the whole point.
Yep.
Well, I think it's been a great discussion about She Week, and I did promise this. We only have a few minutes left. I'm going to talk about the ESPYs real quick. I will start this by saying these are my opinions and mine alone, not anybody else on the panel. ESPN, I thought you had a huge snub situation to not just the women's Olympic team, but the men's Olympic team as well, who were up for best team, best moments. We'll give Declan Farmer a huge shout out for winning his award for USA Hockey. But, it became the New York Knicks show at the ESPYs, which I'll tell you why I'm bugged by that, friends. And again, I'm not trying to pass judgment on ESPN. I grew up in a time period where hockey was largely ignored by ESPN, even when they had NHL Tonight. And I think if you're having a true awards situation and the award is for best team, I am not in any way disregarding the amazing thing that the New York Knicks did this season. Unbelievable playoff run. Was it an unprecedented playoff run? No. Was it magical? Yeah. You know what else was magical? Both our women's and men's national teams winning the gold medal. That's pretty freaking amazing. And if we're talking about the best team, and this really is my opinion, you had the most dominant women's hockey team in history sweep the Olympics, win in dramatic fashion, by the way, in a gold medal game against a Titan Canadian team. That's the best team, period. And I'm picking that over the men because I thought Team Canada was actually better than Team USA men's hockey team. God bless the men for winning that game. But I just think we missed the mark. I understand there's a fan vote aspect to this, and I respect fans' votes. But if ESPN, if the SPs are really going to portray these real awards, I just think we totally missed the boat. By the way, best play went to, that great tip-in the NBA Finals. Again, was it a great, amazing play? Absolutely. You know what was a better play? Our men and women's hockey team winning gold medals in overtime in the Olympics. Okay, I'm getting a little pissed off. This is like an older version of me coming out. Look, I'm just going to say it. And I said this to Hayley too, all right? The ESPYs are the ESPYs. Gold medals are gold medals. Bob Johnson awards are Bob Johnson awards. All right. Those are the real awards that matter. And I'm going to say it too. Team USA, both sides, have been nothing but wonderful with the ESPYs and gracious with the ESPYs. Hayley, I'm not going to even ask you to say anything unless you want to. I'm just saying, as a hockey fan, it's pretty annoying. All right. It's not like the Olympics happen. The NBA final happens every single year. Every single year. By the way, it's final, not finals, not plural. Sorry, I'm getting petty now. Okay. Haley, you guys won my SB for best team. Just want you to know if that matters at all.
I appreciate it.
Congratulations. All right. That was a little bit of a rant. That'll get some views.
Yeah, hopefully the 500 million more that the NBA gets over the NHL. But I think it's just it is what it is, right? I think these are things, again, I don't even know if they're right or wrong. It's just what hockey people accept. Like when you ask a normal, like, run-of-the-mill sports fan where hockey ranks in their, like, their list. Sure. It's usually like, football and then basketball and then baseball and then soccer and then it's just, that, and hockey's somewhere in there. But that's what makes our sport such a beautiful sport to be involved in, because it is niche. It is special. It is close. And the men and women knowing that, like, listen, we know what we did. I mean, and USA Hockey knowing what they did, but the rest of the world, it's very similar to what just happened in the US. Like, I hadn't watched a soccer game in 35 years. Like, I could care less.
Yeah.
But because my family's Norwegian and they were doing well, and there was this whole thing going on. It's in the U.S. All of a sudden, I'm sitting there in a watch party watching soccer. I'm like, this is crazy because I can't watch soccer. Like, it's just something I don't do, right? But I think to your point about the ESPYs, like they're, at the end of the day, they're business too, right? They're like, okay, well, this is our membership. It wasn't in the Sphere, right? It wasn't where was it? In
New York City.
Oh, it was back in New York City. Okay, so
that's why I didn't lead with it, because it's not. I didn't want to lead with a negative, but
yeah, I got it. Yeah, well, it's Dolan City anyway. So
can I add something?
You got to give the Knicks.
It's your show.
No, Flav also set up us getting to the ESPYs. So like our whole team wasn't originally invited. So he got the rest of us like flights and stuff out there. The glam squad came to do our hair and makeup, paid the stylist who is with our in our pro league to style us and everything. So just wanted to add that in there. And started. Well, I don't know. Like, I think we would have had to pay for it ourselves. I think.
Okay. You were invited to the ESPYs, but not a way to get from Vegas back to the ESPYs.
No, it was before.
Well, no, the ESPYs were first.
Oh, it was before. Yeah. Got it.
Okay. Yeah. So I think we probably would have had to pay for ourselves or our own hotels. Some of our girls were invited. So like 7 of them already had a hotel and things lined up. But the rest of us got later. But Flav set us up, so thank you again for that. And Paris Hilton got us the hotel rooms and was incredible there.
It's easy for her to get hotel rooms, but I think it's, But
she doesn't have to do that, Mike. Come on.
I guess you got to download some Flavor Flav music now. But I'll work on that.
Yes. Well, listen, Hayley, I'll say this. Overall, very positive. Look, it is. I do want to say this, and I'm not walking back on what I said. It is always amazing to be nominated for those awards. Yeah. Right? I don't want to discount that because ESPN could have just not even thought of that. But I promise you, audience, you can say I'm biased as a hockey person. I've analyzed these teams that were nominated. I'm going to stand by what I said. All right. The Olympics don't happen every year. You don't see dominance like that every year. I'm not saying the Knicks got lucky in any way. All right. They earned that championship, but come on. She Weekend was a complete triumph. Hayley, any final thoughts on She Weekend? We'll end it on a positive. Just an amazing, triumphant, that's the word I'm going to use, celebration of women's sports, right?
Yeah.
In Vegas by Flava Flav.
Yeah. I mean, just thank you to Flava Flav. Thank you to MGM for setting us up with the hotels and the whole weekend. Thank you to all of the sponsors. I mean, there's just almost too many to name, but I named it with the whole gifting stuff. So just thank you to everyone who was involved in any way, shape, or form. It was one of the best weekend celebrations we've gotten to experience together. So,
well, first of many, Hayley. I really mean that.
Thank you.
Not just the first and only one for you. We hope to see you back there so we can have another one of these supplemental episodes as Hayley begins her journey in Las Vegas with PWHL Vegas. We'll have a pretty cool, I'm sure, name for that team sooner than later as we follow her day in the life. But this was a fun one, gang. Thanks so much for joining us again. We'll have more hockey stuff on the next episode of Our Girls Play Hockey. But let's be honest, audience, you guys love these episodes. It's pretty cool. For Mike, for Hayley, I'm Lee. We'll see you on the next Our Girls Play Hockey. Everybody, take care. We hope you enjoyed this edition of Our Kids Play Hockey. Make sure to like and subscribe right now if you found value wherever you're listening, whether it's a podcast network, a social media network, or our website, ourkidsplayhockey.com. Also, make sure to check out our children's book, When Hockey Stops, at whenhockeystops.com. It's a book that helps children deal with adversity in the game and in life. We're very proud of it. But thanks so much for listening to this edition of Our Kids Play Hockey, and we'll see you on the next episode.